Part 32. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the last 7 plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of God. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. And they sing a new song, and they sing the song of Moses, the servant of God, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord God Almighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? For thou art holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. In the previous chapter, we just saw how the 144,000 went before the mark of the beast. And then we know that those who overcame the mark of the beast were blessed. Those who died in the Lord after the mark of the beast came were blessed because they rested from their labors and their works did follow them. And here, in what we're reading now, it will tell you that this happened at the 7th trumpet, because now the vials are about to be poured out. So this lets us know that the beast was ruling during the trumpets, that these things were happening during the trumpets. Because it is just before these vials are poured out that we see that the rapture has happened now. And it just talked about the reaping before this, and how all the good now were reaped, and now all the bad would be thrown into the great winepress of the wrath of God, which is the last 7 plagues. That's the wrath of God. We've talked about the wrath of the Lamb before this, but now it's the wrath of God. And those who got victory over the mark of the beast sang the song of Moses, because the mark of the beast was a Jewish thing. It said, Gentiles having not the law do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law, etc. In Acts 15 they said, do not give the Gentiles the law, a burden that not even they could bear. They did not have Moses. The mark of the beast was a Jewish thing. And in chapter 15 he says, And after that I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was open. The temple in heaven was open again, so that the rest of these saints could come into the temple like the 144,000 did in the first place that we read. And the 7 angels came out of the temple having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure and white linen, and having their breasts girded with golden girdles. And one of the 4 beasts gave unto them 7 angels 7 golden vials full of the wrath of God, who liveth forever and ever. And the temple was filled with the smoke from the glory of God and from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were finished. You see, the whole time under these trumpets, as people were dying who didn't accept the mark of the beast, they were caught up in the clouds. And then at the last trumpet, that is all finished. But now the temple in heaven is shut for these plagues, because no man can enter heaven. That's done. That means Jesus' work, all of the believers are already fulfilled and in heaven before these plagues are poured out. And now no man can enter heaven. That wrath's coming, and there's nothing they can do about it. Stay tuned.